or Periscope or whatever.
I said, that's it. I'll do those
Live.
4 and
Yeah.
Live now.
be a little easier.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the Coaches Show.
Sons of six
Broadcasting live from Aspen Place Health Campus. And this is the first boys basketball Coaches Show. We also have the wrestling coach from Greensburg. We're represented with all 3 local schools here today. Last couple days, not much basketball action. We did have high school state championship football games last night in Lucas Oil Stadium, or yesterday I should say, in the 2A division. Indianapolis Ritter defeated Eastbrook 28-6. That was their 5th state title. Indianapolis Roncalli wins their 9th state title, the first since 2004, defeating Northwood in the 4A division 34-22. Carmel in overtime defeats Center Grove 16-13 for their 8th state title. Also today at Lucas Oil, they'll have the 1A, 3A, 5A matchup. So it'll be a Pioneer against Linton Stockton, both clubs 14-0. Fort Wayne Concordia will go against Lawrenceburg, and Westfield against Columbus East in the 5A division. So good luck to all those clubs in their state championship endeavors here. It's Coaches Show live, and they've just delivered us some sausage and bacon. Well, you can't think, right? Guys, let's pass out some plates. We're guys, so we'll just take it like that. So, all right. Well, first up this morning, we had, Coach Stacy Meyer unable to be with us here today. So Coach Holdsworth with us. So you drew short straw today. Did you get the phone call, the 3 a.m. phone call?
It wasn't 3 a.m., but I did get the call. So happy to step in. Coach Meyer's under the weather this morning and may or may not be at walkthroughs. So we'll just keep on doing what we do, Doc.
That's what we'll do. So Pirates opened their traditional opener the Tuesday before Thanksgiving at home against North Cape. Big crowd.
It was a nice crowd, and it was a good way for us to get started. Every year you put so much time and effort into getting prepared and ready to get started with the season. Then that opening night comes, and you want to find out so much about your team, your players, and your makeup and how it's going to be. And it was a good night to get started. We had a great crowd. Thought both communities, really, support their teams, and it was a good way to get started.
And of course, last year we ended the regional, and we had started 5 seniors, so all new starters this year.
Yeah, you're right. We do have we've got a couple guys that have a little bit of that varsity experience, that you want to talk about and kind of hang your hat on a little bit from year to year. But graduating those senior guys with experience, they have been so valuable to our program in the past. We're expecting some new faces to step in and really provide some support, leadership, and getting to figure out where we are at this point in the season is what we're focused on right now, and that is find out where we are, what we need to do, and then those steps to take to get better and to work on things that we need to be able to be consistently competitive and make a push.
All right, so take us for the people who weren't able to see the ball game. Pretty tight after the first quarter play.
It really was, and I, coming in, we knew that North Carolina was going to come in. They're going to be very aggressive, and they're going to be physical, and we knew that it was going to be a battle, and certainly it was. So we felt very fortunate, after a quarter to be able to be there in the mix and be very competitive, and with our start, as you know, with a lot of young kids, you're kind of unsure about how things are going to play out, starting in first varsity games, first experiences out there and a varsity game is kind of up in the air. So we were pretty pleased about how we got started and how we settled into the moment, if you will. But we still do have a lot of things to continue to focus on.
All right, so home again today against South Dearborn. We're going to see if the boys can play with a little turkey in their bellies, huh?
Well, yeah, we're going to find out. It's going to come and go tonight, and we're hoping that we can get past yesterday and the day after travel and family time and lay around a little bit. Hopefully we can come back and put together a good walkthrough this morning, and then be set and ready to go for this evening. Yeah,
South Dearborn is well known. They've had some struggles the last several years like that. They picked up a win in their first ball game. It looks like a little early to tell. It looks like they may be up and coming.
Well, there's no question it is early, but and watching some film just from their one game so far, they've got, to me, they look like they're playing with some confidence. And I think that confidence is going to stem itself from having some consistency with their coaching staff. I know Coach is back again this year, so the expectations are set. Guys have been around for a while, so now these guys that are playing now as juniors and seniors, I think they start 3 seniors and 2 juniors. Those guys, have been around in the program for several years now, so it's kind of their time, and they're going to have some ownership. And it looks to me like they're playing with some confidence. They got a couple guys that can score from the perimeter, and they've got some blue collar guys that go down and work hard and get a lot of work done for them.
Plus, this is their coach's second year in the program. Is that correct? It takes more than a year or 2 to get a program because it's really from the ground up.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. And I think that's his goal. That's his ultimate goal, is to go ahead and provide that stability, and within the program. But having only 2 years there, these kids that he's working with now for the second year have always been a part of the mix, and they've always been, in a program.
Yeah.
They're household names of guys that have played before. Now they have an opportunity to have some consistency with a back-to-back season, with the same coach, with the back-to-back off-season, work, training expectations, all of those things. Build your culture within the program. So, we're expecting that they're going to come out and fight and battle, and they're 1-0.
Yeah.
Starting the season with a good road win over Rising. So. It's going to be a challenge no matter what, because we just don't know, how things are going to play out from game to game to game, and that's just going to be our focus right now, is being ready.
Yeah, we're speaking with Scott Holdsworth, the assistant varsity coach for the Greensburg Pirates, filling in for Coach Stacy Meyer here today. We have to fill in for him tonight, or that remains to be seen, huh?
I think that remains to be seen. However, yeah. I would say we're going to pump some fluids in that old boy, try to get him ready to go for tonight. He may not be around this morning, but we'll take care of getting him ready and getting him set up and good to go.
He's always expressed appreciation having yourself as assistant, someone with some extensive varsity head coaching experience himself to help out. You're going to play, especially in a situation where you play back-to-back games or tournament games. You need someone that you can go scout. Come up with a reliable game plan. That's always been a big role of yours.
It has been, and for me, this is year 8 for me, and I couldn't have had just a better opportunity to come in and work with him. When back in the day we coached against each other, played against each other, so we had a great relationship coming into this situation with us, and I've enjoyed every moment, working for him, and he gives me responsibility, and I've enjoyed it. It's been awesome. It's been an honor for me to be a part of it and be in this role as assistant coach, and it's just been. It's been certainly very, very enjoyable for me to be around our kids over the last 8 years for me.
Yeah, and of course, also varsity baseball coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's busy time. So in January we get started full time, and it's full go pretty much till the end of June. So we keep it going, and it gets busy, it gets hectic, but it's also so rewarding. And then the nice thing to have good solid people around you to help out and be there to support and do some of the heavy lifting and the coaching part of it. So it's been great.
So in in football today at 3:30, Lawrenceburg, Fort Wayne, Concordia up at Lucas Oil for the 3A title. Do we support our conference mate in Lawrenceburg?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Coach Kaniga.
Coach Kaniga. That guy, he's
a character.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a character. He's a nut guy. But absolutely, we're going to support them in the conference, and he's known him personally and for several years now, and he does a great job. Works hard. He is a character. He's good for kids. He just gets after it. And the biggest thing I know about him is he's a competitor. The guy competes. He competes. So he lines up every day and gets after it. and just excited for him. An opportunity to go win a state championship today, and wish them all the best of luck.
Also, conference school East Central, they bowed out in the semi-state round to Roncalli. I guess that was a field goal at the buzzer that beat them, but they had a good run at it.
Absolutely, and that
Yeah.
bodes so well for the athletics and football in our area, and it's always nice to have those teams excel, and we always want your own team to do those types of things, but when those other teams make that strong deep push, it's always good to see and good to support them, and it's hard work, determination, and then a lot of hours put in with the coaches. So. Congratulations to East Central.
All right, so we do appreciate you filling in for Coach Stacy Meyer today. You're going to have to make his football picks today, though. And
who's playing, Doc? I don't even know.
There's some great college games here today.
All right,
and
so
there's some great rivalries, and you got to start with Michigan and Ohio State.
Michigan.
Is that right? Well, the guys are laughing. We'll see how that laughs. How do you pick Michigan? Just strong ball club. All right. Mississippi State's at Ole Miss. They're both 4-7 at 5-6.
I'm going to go Mississippi State.
Okay, we'll go with it. Tennessee's at Vandy. It's another traditional matchup.
That's Tennessee.
You're picking Tennessee?
Yeah, on the road.
Florida's at Florida State. The Gators are 8-2, and the Seminoles are 8-3.
Ooh, boy, I'd love to go with my old buddy Duke down at Florida, but I think at home Florida State might get them.
We'll go with that then. And Oregon's at Oregon State. All these traditional matchups today.
Yeah, what's up with that? Coach Meyer knew this was coming, didn't he?
Yeah, that's why he sent you in.
Oregon.
He can't
Let's
make
go with
these
Oregon.
picks. He doesn't know anything about football.
Although I should go with Oregon State because they have sweet unis.
Yeah. Going to change it?
No.
Going to stay with it?
Stay with it.
California's at UCLA. They're both 4-7.
That's Cal.
Okay. No hesitation. Kentucky's at Louisville. Or is it Louisville?
Kentucky.
You're going to pick Kentucky?
Yes.
The other coaches are scoffing, so we'll see what happens.
This is Coach Meyer's pick.
Oh, all right.
And that pick was for Coach Alexander. So.
Okay, I got you. The Iron Bowl, Auburn at Alabama.
Oof. Alabama.
Yeah, it's hard to go against them. And, of course, Purdue, Indiana.
Okay, Indiana.
All right. There we have it, locked and loaded. Those are your choices. Hey, we appreciate your coming in today here at Aspen Place. Final words, parting words, Coach?
Well, I mean, it's a pleasure to be here this morning. Get an opportunity to meet with you guys this morning, and we're excited about getting the new season started. And certainly want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. Who's tuning in and gets to tune in here over the holidays coming up.
All right, Scott Holdsworth of the Greensburg Pirates. We'll step away here, and we'll be right back at the Coaches Show.
This is Paula Sibbett of Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick. We would like to invite you to come to our dealership in Greensburg. Meet our courteous employees and get acquainted with our sales and service departments. We are happy and willing to serve you with all your service needs or help you with the purchase of a new or pre-owned vehicle. Tom Sibbett has been in this area for over 50 years, and we believe in giving our customers honest, courteous, and reliable service. Come visit us in Greensburg at 950 North Michigan Avenue, just off Highway 3 bypass. Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick will be there for you.
This is Michelle Gauk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and we are a proud supporter of all our student athletes. We know that being a student athlete takes hard work and dedication to stay on top of your game. It takes that same hard work and dedication to provide great customer service. At Batesville Chrysler, we've been putting families into reliable cars since 1984. And when it comes to buying a dependable car, who you buy from really does matter. So visit us at Batesville Chrysler. We'll be there for you before and after the sale. We work hard every day to prove that you can buy a car anywhere, but at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is the difference.
The mobile recycling route for 2016. The first Saturday of each month is 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. at Clarksburg, 9:30 to 10:30 at Sandusky, 11 to 12 at Adams, and 12:30 to 1:30 at Bernie. The second Saturday of each month is 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. at St. Morris, 9:30 to 10:30 at New Point, 11 to 12 at Millhausen, and if you have any questions, contact the Decatur County Solid Waste District at 812-663-0960.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust at 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
Enjoy dinner at the Fireside Inn in Enixburg, serving their famous fried chicken and shrimp each evening. Specials are Tuesday, tacos and taco soup. All-you-can-eat catfish on Wednesday. Thursday, it's hot wings, barbecued wings, battered wings, livers, and gizzards. Friday evening features cod and bassa catfish dinners. Prefer a sandwich? They have a great selection. Salad bar is available Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings. Hours at the Fireside Inn are Tuesday through Saturday, 5 to 10 p.m. For reservations, call 934-4174.
All right, we're back with you here at the Coaches Show, broadcasting from our host, Aspen Place Health Campus. And we're talking with the boys basketball coaches from the local area, including Greensburg's wrestling coaches here this morning. We had a discussion with Scott Holdsworth representing Greensburg. Today, Kyle Nobby from the North Decatur Chargers. And Kyle, thanks for coming to the Coaches Show here this morning.
Good morning, Doc.
Hey, opening game was always a fun one, always a tough one at Greensburg right there. Dropped the ball game, but found out a lot about your ball club.
Yeah, we did. We found out that there's going to be ups and downs. We're a lot like Greensburg, and we have a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience, and we need to lean on, really Dylan Merritt's the one kid that has significant, varsity experience for us, that kind of showed on Tuesday night that we're going to have to lean upon him to kind of carry us early in the season. But you got to give Greensburg a lot of credit. They played pretty well, shot the ball well, and that was one of the things that we were concerned with coming in is how well we could defend, and we did not defend very well. It's obviously when you look that you give up 75 points, that's an issue. But it's the type of shots that Greensburg was getting. A lot of layups, a lot of either whether it was transition or layups within their offense. You got to give them credit, but those are some of the things obviously that we've began to address since Tuesday, and we'll have to continue to do those things. All right, so you had your opener on Tuesday and then a 10-day layoff. How's that working for you? Well, I don't know. I wish we were playing tonight. I think the kids wish they were playing tonight, kind of get that taste out of our mouth from Tuesday. But it has given us an opportunity to really take a step back and say, okay, here's the breakdown areas that we need to get better at, not just for, this upcoming Friday, but, before Christmas. You can't fix everything at one time, so we're trying to focus in on a few areas that, on both ends of the floor that we have to get better with. And from that standpoint, it's nice to have those 10 days to get better at those things. Yeah. So last year, you're coming off a season where you're 18-7, had a sectional win over Greensburg, perfect 9-0 in the conference, but this is a whole new year, a bunch of different kids. It is, and you hope every year that those younger kids learn from and can carry on, that success from, those past teams, and I still think this team can do that and have a great opportunity to do that. Like Coach Holdsworth said, a lot of unknowns coming into the season. We started, with 2 sophomores and 2 juniors that have never played any varsity minutes, and then you turn around and you have a sophomore coming off the bench and a freshman coming off the bench and then a senior who doesn't have a whole lot of varsity experience under his belt. It is a lot of unknowns, but those are things that, we told them if we didn't feel like you were a capable varsity player, you wouldn't play, that second game on weekends. You'd be playing at the 6 o'clock start. So we feel like these kids are more than capable of continuing to get better, but they're going to have to, and we're going to have to learn a lot along the way as far as our growth.
The Mid-Hoosier Conference goes from 10 teams to 7 teams all
Yeah.
at once. So, yeah, excuse me, you were 9-0 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Can't happen this year. You got 7 teams. It's a whole new look.
It is. It is. You know, we're still going to see a lot of those teams, you know, that we've played in the past that aren't in our conference with Knightstown, Eastern Hancock, with Scrimmage, Indian Creek. But should be an exciting year in the Mid-Hoosier Conference. It always is extremely competitive. You know, I think a lot of teams are better than what they were last year, have a lot of kids coming back. You know, I'm excited that I think we have a great opportunity to be in that mix for the conference. And you know, like I tell the kids, you know, we just got to take it one game at a time and continue to get better at specific areas of the game. And hopefully, you know, by the end of the season, we're in a position where we can kind of control our own destiny within the conference.
So, Indian Creek joined the Western Indiana Conference. Knightstown, Eastern Hancock unaffiliated?
I know Eastern, and I think they may be unaffiliated this year. I think Knightstown joined the TEC, which is what they were in before they came into our conference, which is with Union County and Northeastern and Tri and some schools like that. So I think Knightstown is joining that conference, and Eastern Hancock, I think, is independent right now as we speak.
Okay, so you opened your season at Greensburg, and now you've got 4 consecutive home games.
Yeah, and you know, we're hoping that's a good thing. You know, you hope you play obviously a little bit better at home. You know, especially with a young team. You know, the familiarities of playing at home. It's not going to be easy. We know starting with South on Friday night is going to be a tremendous battle, and we turn around the next night and play South Ripley, which has grown into a great and extremely intense rivalry between us and them, and then follow that up with Jacksonville and in our first conference game with Edinburgh. We feel like 4 opportunities to get better, 4 opportunities that, you know, we feel that we can be competitive with and win those games, but also 4 games that if we don't play better than what we did Tuesday night, we could easily be sitting here at 0-5.
All right, so you opened up, like I say, opened up at Greensburg. Of course, with that 10-day layoff here and other teams playing, you're going to be in the stand scouting? You're going to watch the video? I'm
sure we'll be out somewhere. This evening, yes.
Yeah, all right. So take a look at football right here. We talked about you follow the high school football, at least the championships?
Yeah, I try to. My niece and nephew are Roncalli Rebels. So,
is that right?
Yeah. You know, I felt bad for my nephew. He played football all the way throughout. He's a sophomore and had a severe back injury this past summer, and doctor wouldn't clear him to play this year, so he's not getting a ring, but I know he was a huge supporter of them this year, and hopefully he'll be back healthy and be able to play again next year.
Yeah, they just won their 9th title, their first in the last 12 years, however, so but some good football games played yesterday.
Sure.
So, coach's picks.
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Steady up on this stuff?
No, there was only one team I was concerned with, and I'm going to give it to Coach Dixon. You know, he's a big Steelers fan, and my team has won 10 in a row, and his team was one of the victims of the Cowboys. So I wanted to make sure I got that on radio.
So you're a Cowboys fan?
Absolutely.
Oh my! That's why he's over there and you're over here.
That's right.
All right. So, well, let's have at it. Michigan's at Ohio State.
Ohio State.
All right. And Mississippi State at Mississippi.
Mississippi.
All right. Tennessee's at Vanderbilt.
I'm going with Vandy.
Florida at Florida State.
Florida State.
No hesitation. Oregon at Oregon State.
Oregon.
Okay. California at UCLA, both 4-7.
UCLA.
Kentucky's at Louisville.
Louisville.
Yep. Okay. Iron Bowl, Auburn at Alabama.
Alabama.
Purdue's at Indiana.
I dislike Indiana so bad, I'm actually going to pick Purdue. There's no way I can choose IU in anything.
You know, I have 2 degrees from IU. My oldest daughter graduated from Purdue, so we're one of those split families.
There you go.
So, all right. So, well, we'll leave it like that, Kyle. We appreciate your coming in. Good luck. It'll be a few days before you get back in action, but some final thoughts?
Yeah, I want to thank you for having us in here. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. I want to wish Greensburg and South good luck this evening, and also Greensburg's wrestling's here today. I want to wish them good luck throughout the season. Appreciate it and look forward to seeing you next weekend.
All right, Kyle Nobby, head coach of the North Decatur Chargers, here at the Coaches Show. We'll return in a moment.
It's time for the Black Friday sales event at Acre Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Greensburg. The new 2016s are at unbelievable blowout prices to make room for the new 2017 models. Right now at Acre in Greensburg, save up to 15% off MSRP on all new 2016 Chrysler 200s. This includes all models, including the new 2016 Chrysler 200C with leather and heated seats, sunroof, and navigation. You can also save up to 15% off MSR on all new 2016 Dodge Darts that are well equipped with heated seats, sunroof, and remote start. With these savings, the new 2016 models won't last long during the Black Friday sales event at Acre in Greensburg. Buy your new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram before it's too late. Come visit Marty Garwood, Ron Gardner, Ryan Scudder, Floyd Riggs, Rick Jones, Kevin Milburn, Janice Jones, or Josh Camplain at Acre Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln Street in Greensburg today.
Hi, this is Cheryl Johnson, Community Liaison for Morning Breeze Health and Retirement Community. Morning Breeze is a CMS 5-star health campus offering 3 levels of care. Our villas offer independent living in our beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath, maintenance-free condo-style living. We offer large studio-style assisted living units inside our health campus. Morning Breeze is a top-rated skilled nursing facility with an outstanding therapy department offering short and long-term rehab.
The play of the day is at Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. Come in now and score big with a great deal. With over 600 vehicles available, we have the car, van, SUV, or truck to fit your needs. That's why we're the used vehicle superstore. And if we don't have the right one for you, let our buyers go for the assist in finding the right one. Be the MVP and score big now with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call us at 812-662-9922. Be the MVP and score a vehicle now.
Decatur County Memorial Hospital is growing to better serve you. DCMH is now offering a sports medicine program to all community members. This program includes orthopedic surgery from our new physician, Dr. Yulo, rehab services, athletic trainers, sports physicals, and emergency medical services. Let us help you succeed with our new sports medicine program at DCMH. To reach Dr. Yulo's office, call 812-663-7790, or for our rehab department, call 812-663-1119.
At Hilliard Lyons, we're conservators of your wealth, not the status quo. We're not interested in how everyone else does things. We're independent thinkers. You see, every client is different, so we treat each one as a new challenge. After nearly 160 years of wealth management experience, we've learned a few things, one of which is no two clients' goals and needs are the same. In our more than a century and a half of providing investment advice, we've come across nearly every financial situation possible. Creative thinking and a real understanding of our clients' needs and their concerns is what sets Hilliard Lyons apart from the rest. If this sounds like the kind of financial partner you'd like, call us in Greensburg at 812-663-2862.
Hilliard Lyons, investment insights for every generation since 1854. JJB Hilliard WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All right, we're back with you here at the Coaches Show. We're broadcasting live from our host, the Aspen Place Health Campus. Appreciate their sponsorship here this morning. High school football had championship games played yesterday and also today. Yesterday, Indianapolis Ritter wins their 5th state title, at this time in the 2A division against Eastbrook, 28-6. Indianapolis Roncalli wins their 9th championship, defeating Northwood 34-22. Carmel their 8th state championship, defeating Center Grove in overtime 16-13, reversing an earlier season loss against Center Grove. Today, in the 1A division, these will all be at Lucas Oil at 12 noon. Pioneer against Linton Stockton. They're both 14-0. Fort Wayne Concordia against Lawrenceburg. That'll kick off at 3:30. And Westfield against Columbus East in the 5A division. They'll kick off at 7 o'clock. So good luck to all those teams. Also today, locally, in some basketball action for girls action, Connorsville's at Greensburg. That's a 1:30 tip-off. North Decatur at Knightstown. That'll be tipping off at 12:30. In men's action, South Dearborn at Greensburg. North Decatur's at Milan. Oldenburg, actually, that was a rescheduled game, North Decatur at Milan. And Oldenburg's at South Decatur tonight. So pick your favorite team and go watch a little high school basketball. We've got it with us here this morning at the Coaches Show. The head coach of the South Decatur Cougars, Brian Dixon, coming off a season-opening win Tuesday night against Trinity Lutheran, 63-47, a team that got you last year, but got them back this year, Coach.
Yeah, Trinity Lutheran lost 8 seniors last year, so they're definitely, and I know the two coaches before just talked about rebuilding. They're definitely in a rebuilding process. And we are one of the fortunate ones that we have everybody back that played significant minutes for us.
Yeah.
So that made it really, really nice. And it's a good confidence builder for our program, for our kids. It's been a while since we came out and played. Even though the second quarter didn't look like we played very well, but the second half we really stepped up, and it was nice to see us play some really, really good defense, and that leads always to offense. So
Yeah.
it always makes it nice.
The word on the street this year, both before your opening game and since, is South Decatur's pretty improved this year.
I hope. I hope. I'm not going to say anything yet. There's still always a lot to work on, especially defensively for us. But experience helps. I know last year both Stacy and Kyle, they had a lot of experience coming back, which is nice. And it's always nice as a coach to know you don't have to repeat yourself 1,000 times. You get to say things once or twice, and they understand where you're coming from.
Gotcha. All right. So, and you're in action tonight, also at home.
Yes, at home against Oldenburg. That's going to be a battle. That's a sectional opponent. It's an early test for us. They bring a lot of players back, so more than what everybody probably expects. So, and they have size, they have length. It's going to be a really good matchup for us. Both ends of the floor, offensive and defensively. I just hope they don't make as many threes as they did against us last year in the sectional. I think they made 12 threes against us, and I think it was 8 in the first half. So it was just one of those things, and we had hands in the face. Not much you can do when that happens.
Exactly. So, also in the Mid-Hoosier Conference, along with North Decatur, maybe sporting a new look this year.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those things we look up on the board all the time, on the wall, and it's like, where did all those teams go? Yeah. We still play Eastern Hancock. We still play Knightstown. So we do not play Indian Creek anymore. We picked up, Medora and Caruthersville to fill in a couple gaps because we do not play Jennings County anymore. So we dropped some 2 big horses, some 4A schools that we really, thought, well, we're not really going to benefit anything from this. So we try to pick up smaller schools to help us out, scheduling wise and possible sectional, regional opponents, those sort of things.
Gotcha. I didn't realize till you mentioned that, but Jennings County not on your schedule.
Yeah.
Close neighbor of yours, but it's a 1A, 4A matchup, and that's always tough.
Right, it was. We're just not used to that speed. And we just thought to ourselves, well, maybe if we can try to get somebody, a little bit different, because Caruthersville really wanted to play us before, so we definitely tried to pick them up in the schedule, and that was the game that we flip-flopped for.
Well, since we're in picture radio today, we're on Periscope as well as live on WTRE. People can see you're sporting your typical Steelers hat. So congratulations, you won at Lucas Oil here recently.
Yes, that was really, really nice atmosphere to be in. I've never been in Lucas Oil before.
Nice
I've lived in Indiana just about my whole life, but I've never been there. I've been to the RCA Dome plenty of times, but I've never been to Lucas Oil. And I walked in there, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice, and it was really nice to see all of Steeler Nation representing in the stadium. I mean, there was probably more Steeler fans than Colts fans, it seemed like.
Yeah. So what was it? What did you think when you heard Andrew Luck was out of the lineup?
I was just happy to see Roethlisberger play because last year I went up to Pittsburgh and he didn't play. He was out. So it was nice to see that. And, my wife and my mom went and my dad went as well. So that made it really, really nice. It was a good family thing. And my wife caught Le'Veon Bell's first touchdown dance on she recorded on her phone. So we have some really, really good memories of that game.
All right, good deal. Speaking with Brian Dixon from South Decatur Cougars, 1-0 after opening with a win over Trinity Lutheran, 63-47. They're a team out of, Seymour, aren't
Yes.
they? Out of Seymour. Tonight, playing against Oldenburg, and that tip-off will be, around 7:30?
About 7:30. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And talk to us about your JV program. Who's your assistant coach, and what do you got going on?
Donnie Barber is my JV coach, and then Kelly Agnew is my freshman coach.
Yeah.
They're going to be definitely having a rebuilding year. We had a lot of juniors last year on the JV, so we got some inexperience. But we got a couple kids that are playing as juniors, playing some JV, Brandon Binge and Tucker Bushhorn. So it's just one of those things. We're trying to change a program, and as you know, second year is so much easier than the first year.
Yeah.
So we're really installing that. We put them through basically a gauntlet of workouts this summer. My JV coach is a former strength and conditioning guy at Anytime here in Greensburg.
Yeah.
So it's that's made it really, really nice because he's doing some workouts. I'm like, what are you doing with these kids? But you can see it now. I know Tom does our games. As he said some things. We've had some people saying stuff from the stands talking about the physical shape that we are in, which is great. That's what we want to see. I know my wife talks about it all the time. There's one kid in particular, Nathan Binge, that she can't believe how much stronger that he is. And I told him that. I was like, look, you've put in the work, you've put in the time, and it'll pay off. And his aggressiveness Tuesday night was really, really nice.
Okay. Do you have many players playing both JV and varsity?
No. We do, but Brandon Binge is the only one really that we do. But for the most part, no, we don't.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, a good season lineup here for you. Right here, you're also involved a couple days after Christmas in the Edinburgh tournament.
Yes, that's really, really nice. And we drew Trinity Lutheran first game of the Edinburgh tournament too. Okay. So that's what Brian, the coach at Trinity, and I talked about. It's like, well, we drew each other again, so we'll definitely see each other before the season ends.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Who else is in the tournament?
Medora is in the tournament. Obviously, you have Edinburgh. Jacksonville's in there as well. And I'm trying to remember I can't remember all the rest that are in there. But it's teams that are local for the most part, but then they got a couple outside teams. I think Manual was in it last year, and they just stood out in front of everybody because they're so much bigger.
Yeah.
So everybody's happy that they're gone.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not 100% sure who they replaced them with.
Gotcha. So anyway, your Mid-Hoosier Conference goes from 10 teams to 7 teams. Still a tough lineup, though. Who's the teams? Of course, you don't want to overlook anybody. Who's the teams of note in the?
Definitely Morristown. We saw them over the summer playing in a tournament at Purdue, and Morristown is loaded, and they are juniors and sophomores, so they're really good. So is Waldron. Waldron has 2 guards that can just bring it, but those 2, and then Hauser. Even though they lost a whole bunch of seniors, they have a junior class right now that's just outstanding. They have played together for years. And, that makes a difference when you play with a group for multiple years, even if it's youth basketball. When you play together like that, it's pretty good. So we'll see. As Kyle talked about, it's wide open in a sense. There's obviously you have your favorites in a sense that people put, newspapers, radios, talk like that. But it's just one of those things. Who knows? Yeah. Conference is a totally different schedule.
Yeah, you don't know till you get a few games in the season who's got it and who doesn't this year. So,
right.
All right. You'll find out a lot more about your ball team tonight.
Absolutely. It's a great size matchup for us. That's one thing we're blessed with this year is size. I don't start a kid under 6 foot, which is really, really nice. I think our average height is 6'2", and then we have Matt Cornett that's 6'6". We put 6'7" in the program just to make him think he's taller than what he is.
Yeah, and you're how tall?
So I'm 6'1", right at 6'1".
6'1", okay.
So
gotcha. All right. Well, you're a football man. You ready to make the football picks?
Absolutely. I've been thinking about this the whole time that others have been voting. So
picking. So let's take a look here. We've got 9 great matchups. Michigan's at Ohio State. Big ball game.
Yep, definitely Ohio State for Tom. I know he wears it all the time to school. So.
Okay. Mississippi State's at Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Okay. Ole Miss. Tennessee at Vanderbilt.
I'm going Tennessee.
I think you got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Florida at Florida State. This is a tough one.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Florida. Just because I just have a feeling that they're going to beat Florida State at Florida State.
2 good clubs with a subpar years. 4-7 Oregon at 3-8 Oregon State.
I got to go Oregon. Just who knows what uniform they're going to wear.
Yeah. That's got to be a great recruit.
Oh, yeah.
You think? So both 4 and 7, two proud programs, California and UCLA.
Yeah, it's what I think it's at UCLA, so I'll go with UCLA.
Okay. Kentucky at Louisville.
My wife knows that I can't stand Kentucky. She is a diehard obsessive Kentucky fan, so definitely have to go Louisville.
Gotcha. Iron Bowl, Auburn at Alabama.
I think Alabama can beat most NFL teams.
Gotcha.
So.
Purdue's at IU.
Definitely Indiana.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not a Boilermaker fan at all.
So in regards to, so Kyle's a Cowboy fan?
Yeah, he's a Cowboy fan, and I'm, as I said, obviously diehard Steeler fan. And I texted him before the game started. I wished him good luck. And
did you really mean it though?
No.
All right.
But it's just one of those good rivalries to get to know once you're familiar with people.
Gotcha.
It makes it nice.
All right. Well, we have Brian Dixon from South Decatur. Great coming. Appreciate your coming in here to the Coach's Show. Hope you got some pastries, some sausages, some bacon, some nice drinks and stuff.
Yeah, I did. I know my wife works at the Ashford place, which is in Shelbyville. It's the same place as the Aspen place here. So I walked into a very familiar setting because it's the same building, basically, just a different location. So I knew right where to go. But thank you guys for everything. Thank you, Doc. We appreciate this.
You bet. Some parting words?
Just hopefully everybody comes out tonight and watches our game. I'm sure Kyle's going to come watch. He says he's going to watch. Didn't say what game, but I asked him. I was like, "You coming to watch?" And I'm pretty sure he will. So, but I just want to thank everybody. Thank the student section for coming out to our game on Tuesday night. That was really nice to see. They really got into it, and it's been a while since that's happened.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank you guys for doing the show, and Tom, we'll see you tonight.
All right, Coach Brian Dixon from South Decatur here at the Aspen Place at the Coach's Show. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
The play of the day is at Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. Come in now and score big with a great deal. With over 600 vehicles available, we have the car, van, SUV, or truck to fit your needs. That's why we're the used vehicle superstore. And if we don't have the right one for you, let our buyers go for the assist in finding the right one. Be the MVP and score big now with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call us at 812-662-9922. Be the MVP and score a vehicle now.
Do you have enough coverage? Don't wait to find out that the insurance you purchased online or from an 800 number gave you a discount on the wrong coverage. Talk to your neighborhood independent auto owner's agent today about a policy that fits your needs and budget. Visit today and form a valued relationship that won't let you down in a time of need.
This is your Greensburg Auto Owners Insurance agent, Steve Dorflinger. Stop in at Dorflinger Insurance, 810 East Main Street, or call us at 663-7779.
This is Alex from True Blue Autos. We are owned by Any King Auto Body and have a new way of buying a used car. We are operated daily by third-generation family members. Our mission and focus is to provide safe, reliable vehicles that give our customers the best value for their investment. Each vehicle on our lot goes through a 125-point inspection, and all of our certified pre-owned vehicles come with at least a 90-day limited warranty. Come to True Blue Autos, located right next to Any King Auto Body, and see what our family can do for you.
Stone's Farm Service at 921 East Main in Greensburg is southeastern Indiana's Kubota dealer. Stop by and check out their great lineup of Kubota tractors and utility vehicles. These hard-working tractors and four-wheel utility vehicles come with gas or diesel engines. Stone's Farm Service, serving Decatur and surrounding counties for over 20 years. Give them a visit, 921 East Main in Greensburg, or phone 663-3787.
You say go. All right, we're back with you here at Aspen Place Health Campus, and we're talking here from the Coach's Show. We've had the basketball coaches from Greensburg, from North Decatur, from South Decatur. We've got a special treat here. We've been trying to get you on for a few years, the wrestling coaches from Greensburg, but Saturday conflicts. Saturday's a big wrestling day, and we have with us Kurt Neiman, Kyle Pittman from the Greensburg Pirates. Hey, guys, thanks for coming in this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's nice to be here because normally right about now we're getting ready to start our first match of the day. Guys been weighed in by now usually and stuff in their faces after cutting weight all week. So.
Yeah, you have a lot of guys cutting weight this year?
No, not really. And we might suggest it to them, but it's not, we don't tell a guy like, hey, you need to be down here. If you win your wrestle off and that's where you want to be, that's where we'll let you stay.
Yeah, that's always been controversial. Different coaches have different things they say about weight, and I don't know, my thoughts are always if you're between weight classes, you can go maybe to the next one down, that should be about it.
Yeah.
Especially high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you get, whether it's boxing or MMA or wrestling, so you got guys cutting a lot of weight, and I've seen them almost have to carry guys out to the mat. It's
Yeah, some guys take it a little bit far, but the IHSAA is actually they're pretty strict about that. They can only lose like 1.5% of their total body weight a week.
Yeah.
And so that's something we keep an eye on, and we play that by the rules because there's no sense putting anybody in harm's way just for winning an extra match or two.
Well, you have one dual match under your belt. That was against Madison.
Yeah, it was a 3-way meet that we went to down there. We wrestled Madison and Switzerland County and Salem, and it was a pretty good tune-up meet for us. We saw what we needed to work on and saw where we had some strengths and overcame some forfeits, some guys sick and some guys injured, missing weight, and it was nice to come out on top, even though we kind of stacked the deck against ourselves a little bit with
some forward. Well, you give up 30 points. It's hard to.
Yeah.
And yet you won all 3 of the other matches, so that's hard to do.
Right.
It's mathematically give you a short window to win right there. So, do you have, if everybody's healthy, do you have all weight classes filled, or you do not?
We will have right now with everyone healthy. We'll have all but 3 filled.
Yeah.
And there's one wrestler. He broke his glasses and he hasn't gotten any glasses yet, and he can't pass his physical because he is really, really blind, I guess.
I see.
And he'll come in and fill a weight class for us once he's able to get all that straightened out. But
gotcha. Okay. All right. So and then your next action here will be on December 3rd, and that'll be an invitational.
Yeah, we're going to Greenwood. There's some good competition there. We'll wrestle New Pal and Plainfield, and one other team is guaranteed in our pool. I can't think of who they are.
There's some Mooresvilles in there?
They're in the opposite pool. Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
And it's just there's some good competition there. Some ranked opponents, individuals, and New Pal's probably ranked as a team because they're a good program.
So in this tournament, do the teams stay in their individual pools, or do they advance out of it, or how do they matched up here?
You'll wrestle every team in your pool, and then based on your record on that, then you get put in a bracket so that the best 2 teams from each pool will have a chance to compete for a championship.
Gotcha.
Trophy.
So who's your remarkable returners on the program this year?
Well, we've got Dylan Cain. He's going to be at heavyweight this year, moving up from 220. He was 2 points away from being a state qualifier last year, and the guy that beat him placed 5th. So
yeah,
he's set the bar for himself pretty high this year. And we've also got Zach Bartos coming back. He got bit by the injury bug last year, but we see good things coming from him, and got several other returning semi-state qualifiers. We got Camden Rose and Lane Wells. He wasn't able to compete last year. He got a concussion. And several regional qualifiers, Jesse Hunter and Jacob Eisen. Both those guys got hit by the injury bug at the end of last year too. So, if we stay healthy, ought to be a pretty good year for us.
Some football players in there. And I always talk with this about with the football coaches. Say, man, I says the best tacklers are always the wrestlers. If you can get them off the wrestling program, and even the football says they're great tacklers.
Yeah, I can't help but notice that Lawrenceburg's playing for a state football title, and their wrestling program has, some would call it coincidence, but their wrestling program has been on the rise lately. And that Mason Paris, that linebacker they got.
Yes, he was state champ, right?
Yeah, he's a nationally ranked wrestler. So
yeah, and he was just a sophomore last year. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Did you see that come to? I guess you saw him earlier in the year. Did you see him as someone that could possibly do that, or was that a surprise?
Well,
Kyle Pittman says yes.
He only lost 1 match as a freshman, and that was in the state semifinals.
Okay.
at a large weight class. So yeah, we knew he was going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
As he got older. So.
Yeah, I think we get his parents maybe a job at Honda or something to get him this
Wouldn't that be nice?
Sure, we can find something out for that. So two lay coaches. We've got here Kurt Neiman, Kyle Pittman. What do you do when you're not coaching wrestling?
I actually work at Anytime Fitness here in town.
Yeah.
As a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And I work on the farm with my dad raising hogs and corn and soybeans and such. So.
And it's quite a time commitment, though, coaching the wrestling, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're co-head coaches, is that correct, or is there a?
Yeah, since we're both lay coaches, and it's can't, especially during harvest for me, you can't guarantee necessarily when either one of us can be there. But we've got the same vision for the program, and Kyle knows a little bit more about wrestling than I do, but we've got a similar vision, and so we work together pretty well, and it's a good division of labor.
Okay, so before we go in there, you made a comment that John and Gary don't know anything about wrestling. But so here's a question for you: Who was Triton Central's most valuable wrestler in 1973?
John Dooley.
That's right. That's right. And I did referee for 10 years. I did some great matches. I've done a Terre Haute North, Terre Haute South match, a Bloomington North, Bloomington South match. I did Lawrence Central, Lawrence North. One time that was rough. That was probably the hardest one I ever did. So I actually had a boy, one bit the other one on his arm like that, and then they had bite marks and kind of bleeding from it. But the other coach got a penalty, of course, but their coach was arguing. So I mean that's one of those kind of matchups. So emotions bring out a lot from the fans in the stands and stuff. They got to keep that in check, huh?
Yeah, the wrestling fans they're a different breed because they're not afraid to tell their kid to tear the other guy's arm off and smack him with it. So.
Yeah. I had, this was many years ago. In fact, this would have been in the 80s. Actually, Greensburg hosted a sectional, actually refereed the sectional. I had to throw a Milan fan out that was in the stands. So,
it's not surprising.
Not surprising.
Especially when you get to tournaments like that. It gets pretty heated.
Yeah. So, Kyle Pittman, you were a wrestler?
Yep.
And actually, you did quite well.
Yeah, I did. Had a good career.
And you obviously wrestled?
Right. I wrestled here for Greensburg.
For Greensburg. And your coach was?
I had Todd Weaver as a freshman, and then Adam Metzger the rest of my high school career.
And Kyle?
I had Weaver the whole time.
Weaver the whole time. Okay, great. So coming up this part of the season, there's more this year. Well, not this year, but here in the last several years, there's been more involvement in wrestling in summertime. There has been in years past, also, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got several guys. There's a lot of camps, off-season camps that guys will travel to. We've got several guys that go to Indianapolis to the Indiana Pride Wrestling Academy up there every week. So those kids get a lot better for sure.
Yeah.
In the off season, which it makes it a lot easier to coach them up later on, as long as you got the same vocabulary essentially.
Sure.
It's a lot easier.
And the more kids, or the more matches a kid can get in, and even if he goes in the summer and loses is all his match, it's just such a great experience. It really shows when they come back the next year. So.
Absolutely.
Weight classes, but way back when I was a 155 pounder, the weight classes were all different way back then, like that. But there were 13 weight classes. Are there still 13? Or
there's 14.
There's 14 now. And back then, of course, there was a 98 pound weight class, which they don't have anymore.
Right.
There was also anybody over 185 pounds was heavyweight, but it's not like that anymore either. No. What's heavyweight now? What's above 185?
There's a 195 pound weight class, a 220 pound weight class, and then heavyweight gets capped at 285.
Okay. They cannot be heavier than 285?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so a 300 pounder has no place in wrestling?
Well, there's a place for them, but
not on high school teams.
We got to make them work a little bit before they can get there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So, well, we'd sure appreciate your coming in. Coaching, are you both there on all the practices, or sometimes one has to miss, or?
I miss more than he does typically with my job, especially wintertime for a personal trainer. That's our busy time.
Sure.
So I work late a couple of days a week. But, we stay on the same page and plan everything out, so it works out great.
And your practices occur in the building. Where do they practice the wrestling?
We practice in the field house. There's a room that's we got wrestling mats and padded walls, and we just go after it. Yeah,
I recall they used to have to, before they built the field house, there was a place in the gym upstairs behind one of the bleachers. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the field house has added an awful lot.
Yeah, that was built my sophomore year of high school. So my freshman year I got to practice behind the bleachers. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Multisport, a lot of your kids, sometimes wrestling's their only sport. What's your feeling about multi-sport athletes?
I think that's the best, to just create well-balanced overall athleticism. I think you're starting to see now a lot of kids that do one thing all the time start to get injured more, especially in a sport like wrestling or maybe even football, because it's such a physically challenging and demanding sport. It's hard on the body.
Yeah.
You know, so I know kids want to be great and everything, and they compete in one thing all the time and try and get better and better, but I do think there's a place for playing multiple sports. I mean, I was a multiple sport athlete. I played baseball up until high school. I played football all the way through high school.
Yeah, you were a nasty football player.
Yeah. I tried to be. So. Well, I wasn't big, so I had to be nasty. You
had to be a bulldog, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that creates a better athlete overall, which is easier to teach kids how to be good at something.
Nonetheless, you come out of football, let's say, then you go into wrestling. Obviously, you're in shape, you're in condition. You've gone through 9-10 games football, good long season, and yet when you come into wrestling, it's a different kind of conditioning, different muscle set, and you can be. It's not the same, is it?
Yeah, and we saw that at Madison. Our football players, because they went far in the tournament, got to the sectional championship game, which is great. Really excited for them for that, but they miss a little practice time, and the conditioning is very different. So they all did well. I mean, we won out the tournament, and they really performed for us. But they were beat afterwards for sure.
Yeah, for people that have never wrestled, what's it like? What is a 6-minute wrestling match? What physically, how demanding can that be? People can't really understand unless they do.
Yeah, I mean it's like trying to run a sprint against resistance for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
To me, it's as close as you can get, other than maybe MMA.
Yeah.
It's an organized sport. It's as close to a fight as you can get, but there's no taking breaks.
Yeah.
So it's a different animal, that's for sure. It's not for everybody.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have been heavily interested in it for years like that. How did you get from where you were into the coaching? How did that happen?
Well, I've actually, we started an elementary wrestling program my sophomore year of high school, and so I've actually been coaching since, involved with that since I was 16, and then, got in the workforce, and I was able to, working on the farm with my dad, it's a little bit easier to have a boss with flexible hours, but I've been pretty lucky to be able to, work for people that, let me take the time out to do that, and it's just fun, it's the work that guys put in, and to be able to watch them improve and see them with those aha moments where that light bulb clicks, like that's pretty rewarding. And we had some of that last year with some younger guys that kind of lacked confidence early on in the year, and it's worth the time away from work and all the headaches and everything else with it.
Yeah, in wrestling, of course, in all sport, but particularly in wrestling, an individual sport, there could be a huge difference in a kid from one year to the next year as far as his ability. And what he's done. So
maturity and toughness and all of that makes a big difference.
You don't have to mention names. You ever have a kid come back the next year and you're surprised how much better he is this year, or not so much?
Yeah, I've seen that, especially I was at the junior high for a year coaching too, and so seeing some of those kids go from junior high to the high school level, I mean, puberty makes a big difference in wrestling. You got that physical maturity that comes on, and some kids know what to do, but they just can't physically do it, as a freshman or a sophomore, because they're just, they haven't hit that point in their maturity yet. And then sometimes a year or a summer off of growing is all it takes.
Yeah, I know kids, when they get them, especially at a junior high level, you see kids, they'll get a kid on the back, but they can't quite know how to get both shoulder blades down for 2 seconds, and there's a different skill set there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and we've seen already this year a couple of kids, in particular Jesse Hunter and Nathan Dyer, who last year they didn't do terrible, but a lot of it was we were first time at the high school last year, so it was all different for them and struggled a little bit. Now towards the end of the season last year, it kind of started to click for them, and unfortunately Jesse got hurt at the sectionals. But now last Friday when we wrestled, they both just they're much more well equipped to our style of wrestling. So it's great to see them make that kind of mental transformation as well.
Well, we've got the wrestling coaches here from Greensburg, Kurt Neiman, Kyle Pittman. We are going to make you make football picks. We're going to see how these guys coach basketball. They don't know anything about football.
That's right.
So Kyle knows more about football than anybody here, no doubt. So we'll have you, actually, if you can come to consensus, but if you disagree, we'll put down each of your picks here. We've got Michigan's at Ohio State. Who do you like?
I got to go with the Buckeyes personally.
Kurt?
I kind of disagree on that one, but I'd lean towards Michigan in that matchup.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Then we'll see how you match up. See if you win this, you get an extra piece of sausage next week. So,
all right.
Mississippi State's at Ole Miss. Both of them sub 500 programs this year.
I'd probably say Ole Miss.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. And we've got Tennessee at Vanderbilt.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Florida State. This is a tough one.
Well, Florida's got that old Purdue quarterback, Austin Appleby, so I'd really like to root for them. So that's going to be my pick.
I got to say Florida State.
All right.
Just despite the Purdue choice.
Oregon at Oregon State. Both sub 500.
That's surprising this year.
It is.
Yeah. I say Oregon.
I agree.
And we've got California at UCLA. They're both 4-7.
I'd say UCLA. They got that stud sophomore quarterback.
I'm going to say Cal.
Do you guys ever disagree? Or let me rephrase that. Do you guys ever agree on anything? Or
very seldom.
Very seldom. Okay.
With wrestling, we agree.
Yeah.
With wrestling, gotcha. Okay. And we've got Kentucky at Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
You say Louisville or Louisville?
Kyle,
you say? How do you say it?
Louisville. I'll say it correctly.
Louisville. So we're going with Louisville for both. The Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama. How do you pick against Alabama?
I'm tired of them winning, but I'm not going to guess that they won't.
Okay,
Yeah,
Kyle?
I got to say Alabama.
All right, that's what we'll go with. And Purdue, you're a Purdue man, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Boiler up. That's who I'm going for. Play the spoiler makers.
I got to say Hoosiers.
All right.
Offense is too high-powered.
I'm a split family. I graduated from IU, and my oldest daughter from Purdue. She's a Delta pilot, so she's a Purdue grad. So there we have it.
Girl.
All right, so hey, we appreciate you guys coming in. However, there is one Saturday this year that you're unencumbered. That is, I think, January 7th, if I have it correct.
Yep.
I'd like to have you back here January 7th. Is that
That'd be
possible?
great.
We'd like to be in, yeah.
All right.
Hopefully we have a lot of wins to talk about.
Good deal. Yeah, we'll have more to talk about at that time. Kurt Neiman, Kyle Pittman, final thoughts from each of you?
Just we're always looking for new kids. Wrestling is not a sport that really recruits for itself. So if you're a young football player, a young freshman or JV football player that says you're going to go lift in the winter and you actually want to get better, because most of those guys, they say they're going to and they don't get out there. So we'll make you better and we'll make you meaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just thanks for having us on, because again, wrestling is not a real glamorous sport, so any kind of publicity or word we can put out about it, we appreciate. So thank you so much.
You betcha. Those are the coaches here from Greensburg Wrestling. We're at Aspen Place Health Campus, the host of the Coaches Show. We'll step back here in a couple minutes right after this.
Do you have enough coverage? Don't wait to find out that the insurance you purchased online or from an 800 number gave you a discount on the wrong coverage. Talk to your neighborhood independent auto owner's agent today about a policy that fits your needs and budget. Visit today and form a valued relationship that won't let you down in a time of need.
This is your Greensburg Auto Owners Insurance agent, Steve Dorflinger. Stop in at Dorflinger Insurance, 810 East Main Street, or call us at 663-7779.
This is Alex from True Blue Autos. We are owned by Any King Auto Body and have a new way of buying a used car. We are operated daily by third-generation family members. Our mission and focus is to provide safe, reliable vehicles that give our customers the best value for their investment. Each vehicle on our lot goes through a 125-point inspection, and all of our certified pre-owned vehicles come with at least a 90-day limited warranty. Come to True Blue Autos, located right next to Any King Auto Body, and see what our family can do for you.
We're back. And we're back, and I've got sausage in my mouth, but we'll talk about it anyway. So we've had the Coaches Show here at Aspen Place. We like to thank Tom Fleming got us here live this morning on Periscope. We certainly appreciate that, and later will be available on a YouTube video. We've had discussions with Kyle Nobby from North Decatur and Coach Brian Dixon from South Decatur. Scott Holdsworth standing here this morning for the Greensburg Pirates, and we had the coaches from wrestling here from Greensburg, Kurt Neiman, Kyle Pittman, here speaking with us this morning at the Coaches Show. I'd like to give also a shout out to Helms Auto Body for being one of our sponsors here at Aspen Place Health Campus. Just a few scores. No basketball games played the last couple nights due to Thanksgiving here, but high school football played last night. The state championship time Friday, yesterday, 3 state championship games, and the other 3 being played here today. Indianapolis Ritter wins the 2A state championship. That's their 5th title. They defeated Eastbrook 28-6 at Lucas Oil yesterday. Indianapolis Roncalli, their 9th state title, topping Northwood 34-21. Carmel winning their 8th title in the 6A division, defeating Center Grove in overtime 16-13. Center Grove hitting a 50-yard field goal with no time left to put that in. Actually, at the end of the fourth quarter, to put that into overtime. But Carmel coming back to win 16-13. Today, 3 state championship games in the 1A division. 2 14-0 ball clubs. Pioneer against Linton Stockton. Pioneer a few weeks back picked off Lafayette Central Catholic. Linton Stockton was in the state championship game last year. Fort Wayne Concordia goes against Lawrenceburg for the 3A title. Concordia is 12-2. Lawrenceburg 13-1. They'll tip off at 3:30. And Westfield against Columbus East for the 5A title. Westfield is 11-2. Columbus East is 13-1. Westfield has not won a championship yet. Columbus East 2 titles back in 1979 and also in 2013. So good luck to all those ball clubs right there. We've got a lot of basketball games to be played yet here today. Let me find the schedule here. Tom Fleming, I think, stole my schedule here, but we've got 5. Here we go. Actually, we have 4 basketball games today. In ladies action at 12:30, North Decatur's at Knightstown. Also in ladies action, Connorsville at Greensburg. They'll tip off at 1:30. In men's action, South Dearborn at Greensburg, Oldenburg at South Decatur. So good luck to all those ball clubs here tonight. So it's all in full swing. Wrestling's in full swing. Boys basketball, girls basketball. We're here at Aspen Place Health Campus at the Coaches Show. We sure appreciate everybody listening. We'll tip off again tonight. We'll go in the air about 7:30. We'll be at the Coaches Show here again next Saturday to talk to these same characters about their ball games. So thanks for listening. We'll kick it back to the station. And Tom Fleming, thanks for putting us on Periscope.